So you take one male guppy, you add two girl guppies, and guess what do you get? You're absolutely right. A whole bunch of babies. Now, why did I say two females? Because males like to, uh, they like more than one partner. That's how I would say it. But the more females to a male, two or three females to a male, that's kind of the best success rate that I found. But it's up to you guys. What's going on, guys? What are we talking about here? We're talking about breeding guppies, right? So, the one of the most easiest and fulfilling things about the fish aquarium today is breeding fish and looking at the babies and seeing how cool they are. So today we're going to be doing something fun. How about that? Let's do something fun today. We're going to be talking about breeding babies. I'll show you how I bred the guppy, which males I used, what the babies look like, how I'm going to sell them, how I'm going to sort them out, right? Cull them out, culling, whatever, that kind of thing. But first, let's do a shout out. All right, this shout out goes to Dark Wolf 757. Longtime viewer, appreciate it. So let's go ahead and take a look at his pics. All right, Dark Wolf says, here are some of my pics of my 55-gallon that I'm personally proud of. It looks really good, Dark Wolf. Included are pics of my pea puffers along with shrimp and my other fish, rummies, zebra danios, a few mystery snails, and julies. I have a variety of different plants in here, but the sprites are the dominant species. Yeah, I definitely see your sprites right there. They're looking good. This tank started out as a cichlid tank, which many do. A bunch of mine started as cichlid tanks too. Mainly Jack Dempsey's, which I had for about 9 years, with plastic plants and white gravel. The fish did well, but eventually I wanted a tank that was more lively and decided to take them to my fish store and have since reworked the tank. All right. So no more plastic plants and have since replaced the white gravel with more of a natural look. So no more plastic plants and have since replaced the white gravel with the more natural looking, smaller grain gravel. I do like the grain gravel, that's for sure. And I see those cherry shrimp, very nice looking. I see that gravel, oh yeah, that's a nice picture right there. Beautiful, beautiful tank. Look at that, nice aquascape setup. Got the river rocks in there. Got your assorted plants. This looks beautiful. Got the wood there. Nice gravel. I do have some of that small gravel there as well. Got the rummy nose in there. Looking good. There is a nutrient-rich soil under the gravel as well for the rooted plants. Okay, so you got some nutrient-rich soil underneath there. There are also river stones for algae growth for the shrimp to feed on, along with their plant cleaning duties. Yeah, those river rocks look really good. With the shrimp, I start out with 2 orange, 2 cherry, and in the last 4 months have gained a colony of around 35. The fish don't tend to bother them, even the puffers, which is very, very amazing to me. I thought those puffers would just munch down on them. But the food I use for the fish range from a Flake diet, Tetra Pro crisps, which I break up between my fingers at feeding, to frozen brine and bloodworms. The shrimp get algae pellets, Aqueon herbivore shrimp food twice a week. Nice rummy nose there. Yeah, it's nice setup. There's your danios, I take it. Nice piece of wood right there. Right. Nice looking plant. There's a piece of Java fern. I like the Java fern in there. Oh yeah, Java fern stuck in the wood. Very nice. Yeah, got some, looks like some good floating plants. What is that, like Java moss maybe? I don't know. Let's see here. Oh yeah, there's a nice piece of Java fern, but that's not what we're looking at. We're looking at the pea puffer. That's cool. Cool pea puffer right there. Oh, nice. Beautiful cherry shrimp right there. Beautiful cherry shrimp. What kind of plant is that? Is that a wassertang maybe? I don't know. Let me know. Nice looking gravel. I love that piece of wood right there. That's really nice. Hey man, this is set up really good. Flame sword, melon sword maybe? Don't know, but it looks good. Okay, there's your maybe the Cory, maybe the Julie Corys. Yep, looking good. Wonderful looking shrimp with the rummy nose. I do have some shrimp with rummy nose too. Thanks a lot, Darkwolf757. Really appreciate it. And if any of you guys want to send some pics, send pics to pics@tropicalfishguide.com, and I'll give you a shout out. Type in whatever you want to type in. Just keep it clean. Family, family friendly. I'll be happy to share your tank with the community. Thanks a lot, Dark Wolf. See you guys later. Peace. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Let's take a look at the guppy babies that we're going to be separating today. So let me let's have a look at those first. In the nature corner here, we've got a little tub of the guppy babies. They're not babies anymore. These are about, I don't know, a few weeks old, 4 weeks old, 4 or 5 weeks old, something like that. I didn't keep track or anything. But there's quite a few babies that I got here, and they're getting bigger. Like I said, no longer babies, but they're not quite big enough to sell. But once I feed them up a little bit, I'll go ahead and sell those. But I've got a few of them in here. We're gonna transplant all these. We're gonna put them in here so that we can look at them. The light's off right now, so I can film. And this right here is like it's like a 2-gallon container, but really what it is a magazine holder, clear magazine holder you can get at Container Store. I'll leave a link up here somewhere, but you can just go in Container Store and look for the magazine holders, and this holds like 2 gallons. Great for picking out small fish, great for baby guppies, that kind of thing. But I'll show you what I use those for. I've got a few in this container here. I picked out a couple of the baby guppies. I'll put some more in there. But let me show you the parents. Alright, so we're out in the fish room here. We've got a couple of buckets here down here. If you guys hadn't seen the Java moss growing experiment, leave a link up here or in the description below. But in this bucket now, this is not Java moss, this is actually guppy grass. We do have a few of these yellow guppies. This is the male right here. This is a female. You'll see a couple of different females. So I put at least, like I said, 2 or 3 females to a male. And you'll see that this tub here, it has a bunch of babies in there. I don't know if you can see those, but a bunch of babies in there. I've got to separate those babies out as well. Got some Amazon frog bit, got some guppy grass for sale, got some lots of frog bit. If you're in the Dallas area, hit me up and we'll do some dealing. Here's some more of the adults here. There's some orange tailed. There's a nice looking orange, I would say orange tuxedo like. There's some blue ones in here. These are the adult size here. But then you'll notice a whole bunch of babies, right? Babies, guppies make babies, right? There's tons and tons and tons and tons of babies. And I even used this tub over here. I took the adults out because there were so many babies, and these aren't babies anymore either, right? These guys are getting big. So I'm gonna have to move these guys out, but tons of plants. If you're in Dallas, Fort Worth area, hit me up in the comments. I'll sell you some plants, some guppy grass, some frog bit, for sure. Got some Java moss. Getting ready to, after these guys grow up a little bit, I'll sell some guppies if you're in town. Give you a quick show of the quarantine tank here. I've got the beta in there. Red beta, ruby red, I do believe. And let me show you the other guppies in here. So we've got, this is the 29 gallon. Sorry about that. So that's a 29 gallon community tank. You'll see there's a few nice looking guppies in here. There's a nice little one right there. There's some blue ones there. There's orange tail, fire tail, orange tail. Nice mix of different fish in there, right? So good little mixture. Got some guppies in there. So a few adult guppies in that one. I don't think I have any. Do I have any guppies in this one? I might have a inler guppy or two. You can see that Cooley's just chilling. Pearlweed. If you guys need some pearlweed here in Dallas, let me know. This is a 20 long, so a big old chunk. That's like 6 or 8 inches. That's like $10 right there. And I only have 2. I don't have that one and that one. So, but I do have some starter sets. you know, a few bucks for it's like a 3x4 or something like that, square of the mesh with the pearlweed on it with the rock. How about that? Anyways, here's another picture of those guppies. There's nice ones there. And actually we're having babies in this tank too. So guppies are really easy to breed. The key requirements for me, okay, not even, okay, so it might be a little bit counterintuitive. When you're growing them in tubs, right, guess what? No filter. I don't have any filters in here. Just the one air stone in each tub, and that's it, and they're doing great. But I load it with a junk load of plants, right? I mean, you'll see that there's a junk load of plants in there so that the plants act like the filter, right? In the hospital tank, there's a whole bunch of plants. In the quarantine tank, there's a few plants, but I do have filter in the quarantine tank. I got a couple of different filters because I got to keep that biological filter up. In the 29-gallon here, mixed tank here, look at those thread fins, man. Those thread fins are beautiful, aren't they? They've been doing real good. They're just eating regular flake food. The ram's doing real good. Anyway, let's talk about guppies. So guppies are easy. They need a good high pH, higher than 7 would be good. Hard water, lots of minerals. I don't use salt on them. I do use, what I would say is I use, excuse this big old mess over here, but I have to show you. I do use this Equilibrium. It maintains good GH, mineral balance. For the plants, it contains a lot of potassium, which is a soluble potash, 23% potassium. That's good for the Anubias and the Java fern. For the guppies, I also feed this nano, high protein starter fry grow food for the guppies. This is really good right here. Of course, good, you know, no ammonia, no nitrites, what do we say, higher than 7 pH. You can put minerals in there. Guppies like hard water, they don't like soft water. Feed them a little bit of this nano here, and you'll see that they love this stuff. They'll come up and eat it. There they go. Once they figure out that there's food up there, they're gonna tear into it. But what about the filtration? What about the filtration? There's actually, in these tubs, let's talk about filtration. So the plants are the filtration. Let me feed those over there. You'll see. Okay. You might notice I did have some carbon in there. Just laid a carbon bag in there to let the water flow through, but that's not particularly necessary. You'll see a better view. Sorry about that glare. I know that there's a glare there, but you'll see a better view of the adult guppies there. There's a nice little group there. They don't school or anything, but let's feed those over there. Yeah, so you'll see the food is really small. Obviously, it's called nano, but that the fish, they really dig it because it is small and easily eaten by even the smallest. So that's what I would get. I would suggest. I will do videos on this Xtreme food. I did get some of this stuff. They did reach out to me to do some reviews. I haven't done it yet. I did the one review. If you want to see the one review of the community food, then I'll leave a link up there. All right, back into the nature corner here. Check out my plants real quick. But what we're going to do today is we're going to take all these plants out of here. This is where the guppy babies were that I showed you originally, right? We're going to take those guppy babies. We're going to stick them in here so that we can cull out the non-colored ones. We're going to put back in there in the cull tank. This will be the cull tank. Now, they will live a happy, wonderful life. We're not going to like feed them to bigger fish or anything or kill them or anything like that, but they'll live fine. Great environment, great tank. We're going to sell this guppy grass here and this frog bit up here. Obviously, we'll get more and the guppies will live just fine, but we're going to use this small tank here to pull out those guppies. We're going to look at them and I'll show you what they look like. Alright, so I grabbed those babies from that tub right there, but here are the babies that came from there, and these are just the ones that I scooped from those original tubs with those adults that I showed you. So maybe that there's we'll say, I don't know, you count that right there. I would guess 30. You guys count those and tell me what you think, but I'm going to put them in this container right here to where we'll have a better look. Cool. So they look so good in there, don't they? I mean, that's just like the tiny two-gallon tank, whatever. Magazine rack. It's got the little, just a tiny overhead filter on it, or the hang-on back, little power filter. And I'll leave a link to that because that comes in really handy, as well as the small sponge filters that can fit in these. I mean, they're tiny, tiny. So if you've got nano tanks or tiny tanks, that'd be really good. But taking a look at these here, let's take a look at these. All right, what are we gonna do? So if you'll notice, let me zoom in here. So if you notice, there's some with some good color. This one has some black on the tail. There's a couple that have really nice color, right? You can see that guy there has got some good color on his tail. Black there, black there, black there. Some have no color, like that one there in the middle. That one is going into the cull tank. These will probably go into the cull tank. Anybody that does not have any color, that one has, look at this one. See, look at that one. That one's beautiful right there, isn't it? So, and that one, look at that. Oh, wonderful looking, wonderful looking. And a lot of these will color up too, so we're gonna, you know, give them more time to color up in the cull tank here. But the ones that are already colored up, once they get about a month, 6 weeks old, then I put them in here and I try to cull out the good ones, cull out the not so desirable ones, I should say. But we're gonna keep those. Those are good for selling. Right there, yep, that one, that one, that one, that one right there, that one right there. Probably as these get bigger, some of them with the black tails, they'll darken up and get to be like the blue guppies. But I think we're going to leave them in here for a couple of days just to take a look at them. Probably put some more fry in there, maybe an adult. I haven't thought about it yet. But you know, out of a few parents, we got what, why don't you count them there, 20 or 30? At least 30, I would think. A lot of them won't be sold, of course, because they're too plain. They might go into, you know, cull tank there, or something like a aquaponics tank there. By the way, our aquaponics tank is doing really good. We've got some nice colorful babies that I pulled out from that same cull tank there, or that same tank there. Some pretty ones there. That has got one peace lily, which the roots are growing really good. There's Java moss there. The fish are pooping in the water. The plants are eating it and growing. And it's a whole integrated system. But anyways, the reason why I showed you that is because there's guppies in there too. But anyways, let's get back to the main show. So here's the guppies for today. Let me know, guys, leave a comment below how many you think are there. How many you think can be sold. Actually, I did pull these out just a tad bit early, I would think. They haven't colored up, but any of them with color, even a dash of color, like that one, right? That one would be good. They're going to color up nicely. Even these that don't look so good, that look plain, you see there's a little yellow on the tail. He's gonna turn out to be a nice yellowtail, and this guy here will probably turn out to be a nice half black maybe, or the dark blue ones. Who knows? It's beautiful, and that's what we want to see as they grow bigger. So that's the fun of guppies, right? Breeding guppies. If you want something that can breed really easily, like I said at the very beginning, add you a guppy, add you a male, add you a couple females. The ratio that I prefer is when I first go out, and you can do this in a tank too. You don't have to do it in tubs. You saw the tank that the guppies were in. You know, you just add the filter, whatever, or lots of plants. So 1 male for 2 to 3 females. Does that sound good? I mean, it sounds good to me, but I mean, the guppies are what really counts, because the 1 male, he will harass. If you put 1 male and 1 girl in there, the male will just harass the girl so much that, you know, the girl can get you know, stressed or sick or something like that. So you want to give multiple females to a male. Doesn't sound so bad to me. That's just how it works in the guppy world, right? Anyways, leave me a comment. Let me know that you're ready to be breeding guppies, right? I mean, breeding guppies is fun. It's the fun part of one of the funnest things of the hobby. I will have some guppies here in the future if you're in the Dallas area. I don't ship anything. Shipping's just too much of a hassle. You know, can't guarantee anything alive, but when people come over, you know, we can talk and stuff and give the fish or whatever. But hit me up on the newsletter. Getting good info on the newsletter, fascinating fish facts. Check out tropicalfishguide.com/sign up to sign up for the newsletter. Really good stuff, like tips and tricks and stuff like that as well. Hit me up on the Instagram at @thetropicalfishguy. Go to the merch, get some shirts at tropicalfishguide.com/merch. Anyways, thanks so much, guys, for watching. Really appreciate you guys. Like the video, share it with someone who likes guppies. And as always, happy fish keeping. Peace.